So over the last 6 months, I've gone through a lot. A big transformation has happened in my life. I have this like naivety to me where I think like I'll kind of be done with something and then like I'll think I've conquered some kind of lesson or some karma or whatever, and then next thing you know, that's not true, and then I get smacked in the face, and then I'm forced to do the actual work and not just the little petty bullshit work that I thought would be good enough. So this is what I've learned. Everything is always changing. People are changing, situations are changing, the world is changing, environments are changing, places are changing. Everything is always changing, and most importantly, the universe, energy is constantly in motion and is constantly changing. When we get stagnant, when we don't grow, when we want to stay in our comfortable little happy place where nothing bad can happen, eventually something's going to happen. It's going to shake us up and we're going to feel like shit. So I got into this pattern in this routine of just doing the most basic, mundane things over and over and over again. And I'm a creature of habit. I'm a creature of routine. I love routine. It makes me feel safe. It makes me feel happy. Here's the thing. Something shook me up so much that I was no longer able to just do my normal routines. I am so grateful for what happened to me. It sucked and it was uncomfortable, but it kind of forced me to do things outside of my comfort zone. It forced me to adapt and change, even as minimal as changing my diet. My diet wasn't even bad, it was just the same things a lot of the times over and over and over again. And even though that might not affect much in life, what it does is psychologically or spiritually or energetically kind of help invoke more change in your life, bringing in new things, letting old things go. It's like a constant cycle. And a lot of the times people want to stick to something, they want to hold on to whatever makes them feel comfortable, and they grasp it. But that thing, just like anything else, any kind of other little addictive quality in your mind, that thing will hold so much power over you, whether it be a thing, a person, a place, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's all of them, like for me. They hold so much power over you that you no longer feel like you're in control of your life. And then when you're not in control of your life, it feels scary. Anxiety comes on. You are desperate at that point for control and you don't know what to do. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Get comfortable with constantly doing new things and inviting new experiences and new people and new ideas into my mind. It goes as far as that. It's not just a physical thing. Sometimes it's literally the way that you look at things, the way that you look at the world, the way that you look at people, your ideals. Like your ideology of a thing, if it never changes, is typically a problem. You want to be able to grow and adapt your ideals, what you believe in, what you think of, your opinions on things. It's okay to think something one day and change your mind. You're supposed to change your mind. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you anything. But some people get so caught up in holding on to an opinion that they believe in that they won't change their mind even if they really start believing in something different, because it's the ego. You don't want to be wrong. You don't want to say to yourself, well, actually, I don't think that way anymore. I learned this or that. Or maybe you just changed your mindset. Maybe you had a new experience. Maybe whatever. The world changed and you changed with it. Good for you. Constantly be moving, energy constantly moves, the world constantly moves, everything constantly changes, change with it. Change is good. Anyway, next point. Whew, getting stiff. This is my favorite overused phrase. Take a leap of faith. I think that is so important for people to do. And your life, I guarantee you, this is me talking with my psychic brain, okay? This isn't just, I'm not trying to manipulate you here. I'm just going to tell you straight up. Every single human being in their life will have to take a leap of faith, maybe multiple. And if you don't, you're not living your fullest. There will be so many moments where taking a leap of faith will lead you to what you really want, down your true path, to find what you're really looking for, whatever that might be. And most of the time, we don't take it. I'm a big example of that. I'm not just saying you guys and I've done it. No, it's terrifying. Taking a leap of faith is one of the scariest things you could ever do in your entire life. But it's supposed to be. That's the point. If it's not scary, it's not hard, and then you do it, and then it wouldn't be special. And you might kind of be just content. But maybe that's not really good enough. Maybe there's more out there for you. And I think at the end of the day, like for me, I really just want to live. I want to experience things. And I want to be able to die feeling fulfilled in my life. And I would say honestly right now, if I died right now, I wouldn't be fulfilled. I'm not ready to die. if anyone really ever is. Maybe, I'm sure some people are. I'm definitely not. And I know that I'm not old or anything like that, but it kind of makes you think when you really ask yourself right now, if I died right now, will I feel like I did everything I could? Will I feel fulfilled? Will I feel like I lived? I haven't. And that really kind of pushes me a little bit to be like, you should do more. You should take that leap of faith. You should try that thing. You shouldn't worry so much about what people think. You shouldn't worry so much about failing, about being rejected. You shouldn't worry so much about these things that stop you. So instead, you live a comfortable life. And I could live a comfortable life the rest of my life, and I could at the end of the day say, you know, I'm fine. I have it better than most people in many different ways. But I'm not doing myself any favors by not taking a leap of faith. And what is my leap of faith? Well, I don't really know. It's not, maybe not a literal thing. It's maybe not like, I need to go and sign up for skydiving. It's not like that. It's like a mindset. And the mindset is the leap of faith. It's just do it. Just do things. Nike came up with that first, but you know what I mean. And that's my point. Leap of faith. I think I got one more. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, this is a cool one. One thing, I kind of had this come to me recently, was kind of like a little message. It was like, stop trying to convince people. And it relates a lot to making these videos, or in general, my line of work. Like in my line of work, giving people readings, talking to people, and kind of helping people a lot. I always want to convince people that what I have to say is the right thing to say. And I'm aware of that for the most part. So it's not like I sit there and I'm like, you're going to believe me, right? You believe me, right? I'm not like that. But in my mind, I think sometimes I censor myself, or I don't say what I really want to say, or I don't let it flow naturally because I'm like, what's going to sound the best? What's going to sound the wisest? What's the best thing that can come out of my mouth right now that's going to make that person go, oh my God, Eric, that guy is the best speaker I've ever heard in my entire life. He changed my life with his words. It's like a fantasy in my head. But anyway, I see, and I recognize this in people more now, you know, and I recognize this a lot in people that I know, or just I can look back at things and try to see who always wants to convince people of something. And I think that isn't helpful to me, or probably anybody, but I'm going to stick with me here, because it really censors me and it stops my flow from just speaking. And I have not by any means conquered that. And I can tell even when I make these videos, because I'm like, did that sound okay? Or how do I edit this to make this sound better, or whatever, or what clips do I put that sound the wisest? But at the end of the day, I don't need to convince somebody my truth. And you don't need to convince somebody your truth either. It's your truth. And sometimes your truth can be someone else's. And sometimes your truth can open up new perspectives, and it can really help someone. And sometimes it doesn't at all. Or maybe it's really delayed. It's like planting a seed. And it doesn't matter, because it's not your job, Eric, to convince anybody of anything. Just say what's on your mind. Say what you got to say. And that is sound advice for myself. I remind myself of that every day now. It takes pressure off of me when I'm doing things, when I'm saying things, because when your job is literally talking to people, it's reading people's energy and giving readings from the ethereal realm, it's maybe a lot of pressure that I put on myself, that I'm going to say the right thing, that I'm not going to offend someone, that I'm going to convince somebody that what I'm saying is the right thing, the believable thing, the thing they should listen to. And that doesn't help my job at all. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching if you got this far. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And don't forget to visit my site, guidingperspective.com. If you want any services that I provide, check that website out. There's some great stuff on there. There's going to be some discounts soon on some things. It's a little special, little 30-day sale special, doing some intuitive readings. And during the spring and summer, I'm going to try out some new services, free for the first 10 people. I will keep you guys updated on that, and I'll blast that out there as we get closer to that time period. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.